Time to kick off 2024 racing here in RPL Formula 1. It is go time. Here we go. Lights out, away we go. Cookie off the line quite well. He can cover off the Ferrari as the two Ferraris will go wheel to wheel. Minico keeping P4, but now DeChiller's under pressure. We watch toward the back of the grid where they all are double file, 5 rows deep. And Blonde, who joined in the session, he is at the back of the grid. And now we have a spinner. It's a Williams around at the back of the grid. And we can see cars piling in. Kipu got through. Gecko was involved. Zakaria was the Williams around right there. And now you see Barney losing places. I think TB was in on that as well. But now for the lead, it's a second gap. Cookie's pulling away already.
He's off into the wall again in turn number 3. But yeah, some cars lose a position. Oh, we got trouble. TB's gone spinning.
If you have line on or even just line off in general, hard to know when to brake. Now, it's hard to know with Minico how much he's going to defend here because he's got DeChiller, a hungry DeChiller behind, and Korsman also in the slipstream of DeChiller trying to get through. He's not clear of Minico just yet. He may be now. Now they race toward turn 1 where Korsman is finally clear. Scyther, the teammate behind, also knocking up some places as well on the grid. Be Good is there to challenge down the inside. The Academy teammate can't get the move done. So, Scyther gaining more places on this grid after what happened in qualifying. We have 1 place for DeChiller and Korsman, 2 for Typical, 5 for Scyther, 4 for Luke, and 7 for Blonde, as Wavy pits now with that front wing damage we saw, and the 2 Ferraris do a swaparoo. Still not too comfortable in this race because anything can happen, but no retirements just yet. Here's Korsman looking to make the move here into DeChiller. He kind of did a little bit of a dummy right there. Now going to the right side, you could see he gets the move done. Breezes pass with DRS, and now we got a 5-car train forming at the end of the points here. Does Beatnik make a move on Typical before turn 1? He thinks of it, but he can't make the move. Further behind, you got Blonde also in the thick of things with Red Fire Tiger. Not close enough for a move. DeChiller now is going to hunt past Korsman on the run toward turn 3. Here he goes. Elects to go to the outside line this time. Gets the move done as you saw Ferrari in front of that locking up, and we go back to P7 where battling once again continues.
Looks like Scyther's going down the inside to take on against Beatnik, and he does get ahead. Scyther up in the 8th place.
So now we chase after turn 1. 3 cars about to go 3 abreast. Here we go. Collision.
Ooh.
Luke and Be Good, the ones who've been collected in that incident, and now the virtual safety car comes out due to their collision.
And then you just wound up bumping and smacking into each other.
Pretty much, and now it's been upgraded to a full safety car. I don't want to put blame on him, but it did look like he was the closest one to Zakaria.
Yep.
Could be wrong, though. Speaking of another Alpine car, here's Typical getting past Beatnik on the straight. DeChiller also breezing past Minico. Scyther wants in on the action. Here he goes at turn 1. All cars on the main straight jockeying for position. Luke's going to come in for damage. So now, Minico overtaken by 2 before turn 1. Be Good's in a little battle with Blonde. Beatnik's trying to come back at this as well. And further back, everyone just within 2/10 of one another heading to the next braking zone. Here we go. DRS about to be enabled next lap. But now before the next lap's on our hands, we have Korsman taking 2nd place. So he now goes up the place on the Ferraris. And in the background, the Alpine moving around. It's Be Good with Blonde for the action. Blonde almost hitting the inside wall, trying to give space. Woo! Be Good goes through. Kipu also is Zakaria. Zakaria just nudges the wall. And now we race on the run toward the next corners, and that's yellow flags for Wavy and TT and Barney. Aston Martin have seen another collision with one another in Tier 1. Which it really sucks for the drivers, though. Cam trying to weave and maybe moving twice to try to get DeChiller out of the DRS, but DeChiller pits. So now Minico trying to hold off cars behind with Blonde, the one who's being egregious, and the one who's being hungry with TB on the outside line. Don't touch there. They come close to the wall, but they do keep it clean and show you guys that you can go too wide at turn 1. Blonde rear locks at turn 2, even though they still remain wheel to wheel, and now that becomes TB's spot.
Cam.
Yes, you're right. Typical is the next one. Alpine doing both drivers a favor here. And now he's right there. Here we go, side by side to the chicane. This could get dangerous. Side by side still And Beagood backed out, but Cam is out because of it, and he goes flying. Cam has collected a couple of them with damage as end plates go flying. The virtual safety car, and now the safety car is out. Cam trying to get room, clip the inside wall, then clip the outside wall. He had a massive crash. Typical into the pits. Scyther may have got damage. That was big. But they did lose a little lap time. However, Baku's a lot more tougher on tire wear. And keep this in mind as the ideal Scyther used the runoff there, and I think may have to give the place back. He ended up, oh no, don't collide here, guys. Oh god. Okay. We're gonna mess things up here.
Yeah, Cookie off and away. Korsman third, Jack second. The Chiller and Beatnik battling each other for the 8th place spot, and the Chiller does get by and gets in there.
Well, the Chiller needs to gain places immediately. He's done that. Miniko into collision. Maybe TTM Barney was the cause of that, because he's also been collected in it too. He's not back in the session. Here we go. 2nd place. We've got a race on our hands for it. Korsman pinching Jack. That got tight right there. Almost a collision on the main straight once again. But Korsman back out in front. They're 4 wide in the background. They're 4 wide. 4 abreast about to get to turn 1. The Red Bull goes deep. Badaris, Blonde in the action. TB on the inside line trying to pick off 3 of them. How about some 2017 Magnussen Ricardo type of style action? TB picking them all off on the restart. Needing that desperately. The Chiller, who needs to get back up desperately. Down the inside. They're banging wheels on the straight. They continue to bang. The Chiller with the inside line will get the place. Oh, we got ducking out. Here's Luke, also in on the action, wanting to make some moves. More wheel banging here. Close quarter racing between him and Blonde. And Wavy Knife is out of this race. Is that going to bring out a safety car? Yes, it does. Luke got by Blonde just as that happened. And now the race has been halted once again. Those soft tire guys of Luke making everything they can. Burn it all while you can, right? Did he get all 4 tires under that white line? That may be under investigation from Cookie. We saw Reese penalized for this, but Jack Miles, with just a couple laps remaining, stays out. Throwing some gambles here. And a Chiller. Oh, he was maybe indecisive too. We could see a penalty coming both Red Bulls' ways. And TB caught him napping. Oh! Jack Miles is the one in control of things, though, as we're about to get things back underway. He won 2 races to end last season for Ferrari. And all of his wins have come at night. Froing's being broken off. Someone has just lost an end plate, and that might be Red Fire Tiger. Red Fire Tiger may have got damage, and Jack Miles still isn't going. Red Fire with no front wing.
That ain't good.
Back on the way we go. Cookie looking to pick off L74G already. He may have got rear wing damage, Cookie, so if he did, he's got to be careful. And here goes the overtakes. Here we go. They're all splitting one another. Cars spinning off in the back. That's Pippo. Off into the wall is Red Fire, and they take evasive action of him. Scyther through. The Chiller, Korsman, and now here comes TB.
Yeah, so everyone making it through in that regard, but Cookie, in order to get himself back in the lead, to go for woo.
Red Fire clunked the wall a little bit. Cookie losing out to L74G now. Ooh. Is he going to protect for Jack, even though he's not a part of the Ferrari Academy? Good friends there. Miniko, Red Fire now outside the points with that damage. He's almost into a wall, and now he's into a wall again. Somehow out of this race, and they all scatter to get by. Cookie and L74G also trade spots. Korsman also getting the places up on him, and Korsman almost into the wall. Korsman is in the fight to get by Cookie and Jack. Scyther in on the action as well. Could be picking off some places here. Weaving and bobbing from Cookie, and now here he goes. Cookie to the race lead. Cookie with just a couple laps remaining, looking to win 4 in a row. Only something a couple drivers have done, and it's only been done a couple of times, but now he's in hot pursuit of it. L74G with Scyther now on the run to turn 1. Wheel to wheel, they touch a little bit. Now the Chiller is there to pick off the pieces. The Chiller weaving and bobbing from him to try to avoid contact with Luke. And in the background, Miniko and Zakaria, the last two in the point spots, as Blonde now taking it for AlphaTauri. Had to start last. Jack Miles being overtaken by Korsman now, as Scyther tries to fend them off. The Chiller down the inside. The Chiller's finally through. Can Scyther get another podium in Baku? As of the drivers who've had the most podiums in Baku, he's one of them. He's had 3. We saw Ferrari being challenged in this section, and they folded under pressure. It was Cam. Now, Jack trying to hang on. Can't hang on much longer against this McLaren of Scyther using all the battery. Scyther through, but not clear fully just yet. Blonde also for AlphaTauri. Good run for him. He's getting through, picking up the pieces on Luke, who's fallen down the order. Scyther overtakes Jack finally. He's clear. Zakaria holding on to Miniko, and Zakaria's hit the wall twice. Miniko into the wall too. They've both came together, and now Beatnick's going to try to pick up some points for Williams from that.
They're going to get on board to start the final lap. Who is going to blink first and claim victory?
Korsman's coming. They're both in the same voice chat, so they know this is going to happen. Here comes Korsman. Cookie's not been under pressure this race at all, but finally, as we reach the last lap, Korsman through into the lead. Behind that, the Chiller, Jack, TB, 3 cars under a blanket, and Cookie lost some time there at turn 1.
Cookie looked like he caught a little bit of the curb and got loose, but he's still in control. Now DRS enabled for Cookie. Is he going to make the bonsai shot into turn number 3? Here
he goes! Late on the brakes, down the inside. Cookie waiting to make the move now. He's not going to wait much longer around the outside. Korsman slides. Cookie with the switchback. What a move. What a way to plant your car. But now Korsman as Sector 2 still leads. Wow. Unbelievable. 4 different times. The Chiller, his teammate, Luke, and Scyther. Luke's done it twice, Scyther's done it once, and now Cookie has just 5/10 to gain. And DRS, one last time to try to pick off Korsman. One final sector, one final time. The battery being dumped. It's going to help Cookie, who has more battery. Korsman, a 5/10 gap. Here we go. Korsman leading the charge. Cookie with a last lap overtake. Photo finish time. He breezes past, and to win a 4th race in a row, he's done it on the last lap. Cookie, 4 in a row for Red Bull and for himself. He does it. TB gets the Chiller for 4th now as Scyther hangs on for the podium. Here we go. More fights. Miniko for points. Here we go. 3 cars about to go 3 wide. Photo finish. Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
If you would like to check out the final race results, driver standings, constructor standings, and much more, head over to our socials, RPL Formula 1, no spaces. If you would like to check out the upcoming races in the near future, head over to our Twitch. The username is the same. We hope to see you there.